What started as Clara Barton's effort to help wounded soldiers in the Civil War has become the American Red Cross. Everyone's aware of the work we do in disasters, but not many people know Congress requires the Red Cross to be the link that keeps members of the military and their families in touch.
Clara Barton had her roots with the Civil War, being with the military and providing that touch of home for them. And that means the communication takes a large weight off their shoulders. They have an entirely different mission that they need to focus on, and we allow them to do that by being there and providing our services.
From World War II through Vietnam, the face of the Red Cross in the field was the donut dolly, women in blue who served coffee, donuts, and a little touch of home. The donut dollies are gone. In their place, a new generation of Red Crossers, dedicated to serving today's men and women who wear the uniform.
Basically, what I wanted to do with my life was to help soldiers, preferably by going to Iraq.
For these 12 people, it means deployment to Baghdad.
The last couple days we have been listening to and observing caseworkers in the center here at National Headquarters and listening to incoming and outgoing calls.
So you want to press them for as much information about that situation as you possibly
And the doctor won't know unless you ask.
From Washington, it's off to Fort Benning, Georgia, for their military integration training.
We have about a week, which is not a lot of time to get people ready to go into the theater. My mission is to make sure they're ready to go. That means that we take care of all of their administrative requirements, their medical requirements, to include their shots.
Last shot for me. You actually get everything that a DoD civilian or an active duty service member receives, with the exception of such things as weapons. We don't carry weapons, but we have the body armor, the uniforms, boots, sleeping bags, all the various and sundry pieces and parts that we would require when we're going forward with the troops, because we may not stay where we are. We follow the troops wherever they go. So you have to be prepared.
Hand in. Yep. Hold it there.
That includes getting acquainted with the gear that can save your life.
Some of us have never seen gas masks, so we were helping people to get the gas mask adjusted. It's like golf. You've got to practice your swing. And just when you work with a gas mask, you have to practice how to put it on.
Oh, yeah, man.
All right, show it and model.
Brittany Reynolds is 24, just out of college. She'll be in Baghdad before her brother, who's also at Fort Benning.
The first thing that I assembled was my Kevlar, and then the flak vest. Jay was the go-to man on the flak vest, definitely. We just kind of stood there with our arms out, and he put everything on us, so I can't really explain a whole lot about that.
It's supposed to be like...
Not comfortable. Okay. It's supposed to protect you.
Then we do theater-specific individual training where we kind of prepare them for maybe some of the scenarios they could run across. Even though they may be very sheltered or safe, they could definitely, let's say, run across somebody who's been injured during a mortar or a rocket attack. So we're giving them some first aid training. Trying to give them some accommodation training is what I like to call it. This may be the first time any of them ever been squeezed up 4 or 5 in a room, exposing them to Army chow, and being around the military and our civilian teams.
That's good. Now slide them down in, and the heater tube.
Abigail Wyman has spent 11 years specializing in services to our troops. She says the job is all about communication, getting messages to and from loved ones back home.
You handle upwards of 1,000 a month or more, which takes up a lot of your time. It's very hard tracking some of the units. Just because of their mission, their location, they have very limited communications in some areas still, which is really surprising to a lot of families.
For the commanders in the field, it's knowing their troops are focused on the mission.
It adds the one thing that we have to have, it's certainty. In this day and age of fast information, the one thing that you bring to the fight is its absolute validity in the information.
For Nicole Bishop and her 11 classmates, the training is over. Now it's getting real.
It's pretty heavy, but it's like, almost like, wow, we're in the Army now, except we're not in the Army, but yeah, there was a lot of stuff to draw, and you kind of like, oh, this is really happening, we're really going to Iraq, and we're really going to do this. Excited to get over there to do what we were trained to do, and start start working. You know, we've been training and in preparations for a month, and I think we're all excited to get out and start doing what we're here to do.
Good luck to you. Godspeed home. Good luck to you. Godspeed. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you, sir. Godspeed home. Take care of yourself.
We often get people coming by to thank us for being there. And they said, thank you, Red Cross, for being here. Thank you for helping our soldiers. Thank you for all the work that you do, you know, so far away from home.
Freeze it! Arms!
We really appreciate that. It's not often that you work in a job where people actually thank you for what you do. So we really appreciate that.